If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Christine McIver.
Yes, my friends, it's Christine McIver. Welcome to another show of Inspired Choices, the business show that takes you through all the steps you need to succeed, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. I've got another dynamic show for you, something that may surprise a number of you. When you listen to business coaches, when you work with business coaches, this is not typically the conversation that you have. This is sometimes the conversation you have with health coaches or psychologists. This is sometimes where you want to focus if you are really feeling stressed. But I really want to invite you into a new possibility with it being part of your business strategy. So, tonight we're going to talk about implement space as a strategic priority. So, before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about who I am. I am Christine McIver. I am a business optimization expert, a business coach, the CEO of the Inspired Choices Network, ICN Publishing, ICN Summits, and I am a cheerleader for business success. I absolutely love working with business owners who have implemented a great deal and are ready to take everything to that next level. If you're someone who feels like you've put a lot of the pieces in place and yet you haven't quite soared to the levels that you know you can, let's connect. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about how we can leverage all of the tasks and all of the areas that you are promoting as a business strategy. Let's look for the gaps and let's really take you to that next level. Let's elevate you into your dreams. That's what I do with my clients. And I do that also with all of the hosts here on the Inspired Choices Network. This is something that I have been doing now. I've been in business now for 16 years, and I have been doing podcasting, live radio, TV for 11 years. Sorry, it's hard to keep up with all the numbers. I really do believe that business should be pleasurable. And that's what I endeavor to do with all of my clients is to show them how they can have a pleasure in their business while it being part of the strategy. So do reach out to me, Christine at ChristineMcIver.com, and I'll definitely get back to you. I don't have an assistant that responds to my emails. I do that. So do reach out. So let's get back into tonight's show. So implement space as a strategic priority. Let me just read the notes that we've got for tonight's show, and we're going to dive right in. So many successful people have declared that pushing harder and working harder are the answers to their success. A greater portion of society have been taught that the way to make money, the way to grow a business is to work longer hours, put in the time, make the sacrifices, and everything will be yours. How many of you are out there saying, nodding your heads? Yep, that's what I've been taught. That's what I've been trying to do. What works for some may not work for you. And so you need to ask yourself that question for sure. Have you considered implementing space into your business strategy? Pushing energetically creates more pushing. Working harder physically creates exhaustion, and sacrificing your time robs you of vital creative energies. Now, just let all that sink in. That is such a big piece of what I want to dive into and really get you to see the bigger picture around what it is, what you are actually creating with the pushing and what you can be creating with the space. Now, I'm going to tell you that I was raised on that philosophy as well. Push, work harder, do more, get better, get faster, go, 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 go. Now, you cannot change that part of who I am. There is a part of me that loves that drive, that loves that adrenaline rush, that loves to be really going fast, fast, fast. But I know, and I'm wondering how many of you believe this as well. You can see it if you look at it, that when I am going over the top, when I move into tilt energy, I'm actually dragging myself. I'm dragging myself to continue to go at that pace. When I've done this, I've started to feel like I'm not enough. I've started to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm falling behind. You know, we talk a lot about FOMO, fear of missing out. I've bought into the lies that oh my gosh, if I don't keep pushing, if I don't keep working hard, I'm going to miss the opportunities. And I can remember thinking, how in the world can I work any harder? How in the world can I work any more hours than I already am? Now, if you know um, human design is something that I learned about 4 or 5 years ago. And I am a generator, a 5-1 generator. Now, if you think of a generator machine, they keep going and going and going. Well, that is basically my makeup. My design is to keep going and keep going and keep going. And while that information really took, for me, it took the hook off of people when they would say to me, you work too many hours, you work too long. It took that, really, that knife out of my back where I was making myself feel guilty. What it didn't do was it didn't teach me this ingredient of space and how vitally important space is to all of our business creations. So stick with me. One of the biggest things that I know is that when you are in the energy of push and you're not getting where you want to go, you start to question your effort, right? How many of you are out there questioning your effort, looking at, I've done all of this and where's the result? Where is the the return on my investment? How many of you are questioning yourself, creating a great deal of doubt, and then ultimately starting to dip in your energy of what you know is possible for you? Have you been in this space of doubting yourself? Are you in the space of thinking, I can't work any harder and I'm working as hard as I can? There must be something wrong with me because I'm not getting the results that I'm seeing other people getting. So therefore, there must be something wrong with me because I can't possibly work any harder. How many of you are out there thinking that and feeling that? Well, what if I told you that you don't have to work any harder? You don't have to work longer hours. What you do want to look at is the all the ingredients that you have in the mix of your creations. Because sometimes the greatest gift that you can give your creations is space. So, you know, when you are desiring some new ideas. Like you were coming up, it's October 30th, 2024, that this show is being recorded. And a lot of people are starting to talk about the new year, which is really normal. You know, we usually pass the 1st of September and people start looking, a quarter out. They start looking at the next of the year. And so they start looking at their creations and what they're going to create and what they want to create. But the challenge here is that if you are in the push energy, if you are in the more, you got to get up, you got to hurry, 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 you got to go, 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 go. Like there's a lot of people that I know, people that are colleagues of mine who are doing these, oh, I can't think of the name of them, but they're doing these, getting up at 4:30 and they're doing like 6 different things, and then they're working out for an hour, and then they're doing like nearly a day's worth of work before they even start to see clients. And they have these great routines morning and nighttime, but they're pushing themselves so intently. And there are clients or prospective clients or followers that are watching what they're doing and they're buying into they have to push harder. Pushing harder is wearing people out, but more importantly, what it's doing beyond the physical exhaustion, what it's doing beyond the mental um mental, uh, the word is the mental contraction, because you start to contract into ourselves. What is actually doing is it's limiting your creations. It's limiting them. I want you to think of it like this. If you were in a room and you are trying to do all of these things, and everything is getting very congested, things are congested in your environment, things are congested in your mind, things are congested on your computer, however you do your work, if everything is just another to-do list, another checklist, another go 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 go, if you don't have space, if you're not taking space, nothing there is no space for anything new to come in. And I really want you to get this piece. This is such an important piece. If your desire is new and expanded creations, space is an integral part of creation. Space is an integral part of this. And if you look at people who are artists, if you look at people who are writers, if you look at singers, they will go somewhere, they will take up space for their creation. They will take up space for them to be able to create beyond anything that they're creating now. And when we are in space, when we are in the idea of creating, and we are in the idea of, I want more, we have to create the space to allow something new to come in. We have to have space in our reality, in our day to day, in order for the new ideas, the new awareness, the new possibilities to float, to start to rise. If you are too congested in your body, in your business, in your mind, if you are too congested in your body, your mind, or your business, there's no room for new awarenesses to come in. I want you to really, really get this. You're actually doing your business a disservice, and you're doing your desires a disservice when you don't build in space for your body, for your mind, for your awareness, and for your business. When you allow space to be a contributive factor, you allow new possibilities to start to be created. Now, here's the thing. If you have no space and you are pushing, 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 you are going to have fear is going to be part of your reality, because you're pushing, pushing, pushing. You cannot have fear as part of your reality and desires to transpire at the same time. You cannot hold both of those ideas or energies at the same time. Simultaneity of those two things are opposites. You can't have a negative and a positive in your space simultaneously. You just can't. So it's critical that you understand that when you are desiring greater, one of the main ingredients of that desire is space. Space needs to be just as much of a priority in your business as systems are. And I'll tell you, only a very short while ago did this start to become incredibly evident to me. Now, I understand I personally need space. I'm very sensitive to sound. I need sound space from people. I need space in my environment, both in my home and in my work. I'm not a huge fan of long periods of time of being in large crowds. I become very aware of the noise and very aware of everyone's energy, and it gets overwhelming. It's like it's like going into 100 people in a room and you can pick up every smell from everyone. That's incredibly overwhelming. That happens when I'm in a large crowd. Ask yourself, do you have experiences where you are in large crowds or in a congested environment and you begin to feel agitated or overwhelmed? Do you have trouble getting clarity with your thoughts? Are you scrambling when someone asks you a question and you're trying to come up with the best choice that's going to contribute to you? If this occurs for you, I want you to lean in a little more to this idea of space. So, we are up to our first break of the show. We've got a lot more that I wanted to share with you. So, I want you to stick around for the next segment of the show. Please, please, please reach out to me if this is resonating with you. Reach out to me if you are finding you've got a lot of questions and you're curious about what space could actually do for you, or if you're curious as to whether space would create greater for you financially, in your creations, maybe even in your joy. You can contact me, Christine, at christinemciver.com. You can find me at my website, christinemciver.com, or across any social media platform. All right, my friends, stick around. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver, and tonight we're talking about implementing space as a strategic priority. We'll be right back after this break.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. So, we're up to our second segment of tonight's show, and we're talking all about implementing space as a strategic priority. Why does it need to be a strategic priority? Because in business, as in any living entity, things must be re-examined. You must continuously in your business look at what's working, what's not working, what is resonating with you, and what is not resonating with you. You want to look at your analytics. You want to look at what is working and what isn't working. And a big piece of doing that is space, 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 space. a lot of people, I'm watching them on social media. They're on social media a ton. And I often think, my gosh, they really do a lot on social media. Now, yes, some of them could be using assistants to post and so on and so forth, but I am seeing people on social media so much that it makes me wonder how much time they are actually spending in their business. Now, your business, as I said earlier, is a living, breathing entity. And that living, breathing entity must be acknowledged. It must be looked at. It must be checked in on again and again and again. When you are looking at your business, and if all you are looking at is the bottom dollar, if that's the only thing you're looking at, you're missing out on so much information. And a big piece of the information is checking in on energetically what is working and what isn't working. If you don't have space in your day to day, if you don't take the time to slow down, get quiet, go within and communicate with your business, communicate with your creations, you're not going to be able to get a read on it. Again, most entrepreneurs are oftentimes looking at their bank account as their read on their business. Your bank account is a result of what you did 90 days ago. It's not a read on where your business is today. To get a read on where your business is today, on what's working and what's not working, what needs more creation, what is asking for more attention, you have to get present with your creation. You need to get present with your business. Well, guess what, my friends? You cannot get present with your business if your mind is congested, if your day to day tasks have you overwhelmed, if your calendar is so booked, you can't even see bring on a new client or have a new conversation for 3 to 4 weeks out. If you are overloaded, you cannot hear, you cannot receive the awarenesses of what is trying to come through. However, most of us have really big desires, right? Lots of people, if I speak to business owners and I ask them, what do you want? Well, I want to be making more money. I want more clients. I want to be able to buy this. I want to be able to pay for this. I want to be able to contribute to this. So we have these big desires, but the big desires are up here. But where we're operating from is so much lower. We are in the day to day grind. And in order to connect with what will actually contribute to your desires, you must be in space. You, the business owner, must be in space. You must be doing your personal development, taking the time to nurture your awareness, taking the time to give your body and your being space so you can receive new creative ideas, new awarenesses that are trying to come through. Now, we live in a universe that absolutely has your back. And we live in a universe that wants to contribute to you. Our journey in this lifetime is supposed to be one of joy and happiness and prosperity. That's what's available to us from day one. But unfortunately, we come into the world with people around us that have a lot of limiting thoughts. They have a lot of lack thinking. They pick up on what they see outside of them, and they begin to play out what everybody else is playing out with the worry and the fear. And worry and fear was something that we needed when we were trying to survive many thousands and thousands of years ago. We're not in survival need today. That's why that was in our mindset. But we continued to perpetuate that belief system, because when you are in that belief system that you need to survive, you're on high alert all the time. And if you are in the belief that you need to survive, you're always looking for where you need to be surviving. You're looking for the bear. You're always looking for the bear. You're always looking for the problem. If you are always looking for the problem, you can be assured you're going to find the problem. If that's what you are focusing on, and I know this seems super, super simple, but it's honestly the truth. I mean, you can read so many books, you can speak to so many people that will show you that this is the honest truth. You are wired to pull in what you focus on. You are wired that way. We are all wired that way. We have evolved over time. And today we have the knowledge, we have the awareness, we have science, we have uh, energy. We understand all of these aspects. We have today what is necessary to truly pull in what we desire. But yet, so many of us continue to worry about the bear. There's no bear. There's no bear unless you decide that there's a bear. Unless you decide that there's a problem, there's not a problem. And I am not saying that life is still not going to bring you hills and valleys. Life is going to. But what you focus on, you can say, okay, this is a hill right now. I'm in a hill. What am I learning from this? What's the opportunity here? What's the gift in this right now? You can walk into every single solitary situation and you can look at this and be open to the awareness that wants to come through to show you what the gift is. I am not saying this with a, everything is sweet and wonderful and beautiful. I'm not saying that. I am truly telling you the power and the potency that you have, that every person has at their fingertips. Everything is about choice. It's not a surprise that this show that I do and have done for 13, 14 years has the word choice in it. Everything is about choice. You have choice at your fingertips. You have choice in every single solitary moment. And if you decide that there's a problem, you lock that down in a cage and you make that the truth of your reality. What if there's not a problem? Who are you then? If you don't have a problem, who are you? Are you lost? Are you lost without your problems? Do you know who you are if you don't have problems? Do you know who you are if you're not angry? If you're not fighting? If you're not in survival mode? Do you know who you are? It is a big change in the way that we perceive ourselves when we decide that we are no longer going to be in the energy of problems. But in order to receive the information that you have inside of you, that you came here with, in order for you to receive the awareness, you must have space. You must have space so that you can tap into the gold that's inside of you. You must have space to be able to tap into the energies in your world, to tap into, is this working for me? Is this working for my body? Does this match my desires? It requires you coming out of the push and the worry and the fear energy. It requires you to slow down and allow yourself some space so that you can hear what it is that you need to hear that's really true for you. Anytime you see someone post anything anywhere on social media, or you hear anybody say anything, here's a really cool tool that I encourage you to utilize all the time. I use it. I've been using it for years. When I hear something or I read something and I kind of go, I will ask myself, is this true for me? Now, you don't have to not agree with, everything somebody says, or you don't have to Like it's not one or the other. You can really enjoy somebody, a teacher, a facilitator, a colleague, somebody you network. You can really agree and align with a lot of what they say, but you don't have to agree and align with everything. Ask, is this true for me? Now, the thing is that when you start to do this personal development work and business personal development work, when you're doing that work, you're going to have a lot of triggers come up. You're going to have a lot of limitations come up. You're going to have resistance come up. How do we work through our resistance? How do we work through the beliefs that we used to agree and align with? You do it by getting space. You do it by allowing yourself time to unpack what's working and what's not working. Okay, we are up to our second break of the show. Do not go away. We have a lot more to discuss regarding using space as a priority in your business. You're listening to Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices show here on the Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us tonight, we are talking about space and how implementing space needs to be a strategic priority in your business. It's a very challenging thing if this is the first time you've ever considered this, if this is the first time that you're ever hearing about this. It's very challenging to really imagine that giving yourself space, which some people might see as time off or not working, it's really, really a challenge to see this as something that is a strategic move in your business. It doesn't make sense, right? Because everything out here around us says you got to plan, you got to work harder, right? We get rewarded for working harder. We get rewarded for putting in 65 years and you get the watch. That's a big reward because you did all of this work. Well, what if things have changed? What if we now understand that creation requires awareness? Creation requires space. Creation requires our unique footprint, our unique input. How can you possibly come to what your input is, to what your awareness is, when you are so crowded in your day-to-day with your creation, with your pushes, with everything else in your world? How can you? How is that even possible, right? It's so critical that we understand that one of the main ingredients in creation is space. You think about even science. Science takes time. Science tries things and gives it space to unfold. When you are creating, even like one of my favorite creations growing up was bread. Bread takes time to rise. There is time. Time is included in everything. But the modern day business person is in the space of push more, 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 more. If you desire to have greater output in your world, you've got to understand that space is going to be an integral part of this. You cannot possibly tap into your awareness. You cannot possibly create without tapping into who you are. Now, there are a lot of people in the world creating a lot of things, and a lot of them are copycats of other people's work. There are a lot of people who are mimicking what other people are doing. We're a society of looking out. We're a society of looking at what everybody else is doing and looking for the formula. Well, I'm here to tell you that you came here with the formula inside of you. What is unique about you? What is going to have people come to you and desire to be with you and desire to work with you is your unique formula, your unique combination of all the energies that you are. But if you're coming from a place of lack, if you're coming from a place of worry, if you're coming from a place of not enough, not enough, not enough, if you're worrying about the bear and whether the bear is a large invoice that's coming in, or worrying that you're going to have enough at the end of the month, you are not tapping into your unique formula. The formula that you are is different from the formula that I am. There is plenty of opportunity for all of us. Every single solitary person in the world, all 8 billion of us, could be in our own businesses, and each of our businesses would be different. Your business is just like your thumbprint. It is unique to you. It is a unique combination that is made up of everything brilliant about you. But when you are carrying the worries of the people around you, of the beliefs that you bought into that are no longer true for you, a belief is not true for you if it puts you into worry. Okay? I want you to just get that. A belief is not true for you if it puts you into worry. A belief is not true for you if it has you go into panic, if it has you not being able to sleep at night. A belief, something that you agree and align with, a belief that really fits who you are, will light you up, will give you peace and joy simultaneously. So if you are operating with all of these old beliefs of people around you, of the beautiful people that raised you, of the beautiful people that educated you, they were doing what they were taught, and that's okay. But you live in a different time and space where you now have the opportunity to learn about who you are, and you have the opportunity to learn about your uniqueness and the unique combination that you are. It's so critical for our world. You came here, no coincidence. This wasn't an accident. I don't care if your parents planned out, their cycle in order to get pregnant with you or not. You came here on purpose. You came here for a reason. You came at this time and space to contribute to this world in a way that nobody else can. But you cannot fulfill your desires in really living that out and fulfill your human desires when you're not in the uniqueness of you. When you're operating from fear, when you are operating from worry, when you are operating from following anybody else's, exact path, you're not tapping into you. And so one of the biggest things that we have to do is we've got to get space so that we can start to unpack what is not true for us. One of the greatest things that I have done and continue to do and will do until I leave this body is I will continue to look at how I can continue to develop who I am, how I can tap into learning more about me. Because as I show up in my uniqueness, as I show up being the energy, the truth of who I am, I contribute to the world just doing that. Whether there's one person listening to this show, like my producer, or there's 100,000 people listening to this, I am making a contribution to the world in this show. And as I continue to show up in my uniqueness and I continue to do my personal development, as I continue to unpack what's not true for me, I allow more of my gold to bubble to the surface. We all came in with the gold. We all came in with all the tools that we needed. We've just needed some help along the way. So, in order to tap into this, in order to tap into the brilliance of what your body is asking for, we all know we need to take vacations. We all know we need a good night's sleep. In order to give our bodies the energy it needs, we all know we need to eat really good, nutritious food. We all need to drink water. We know the things that we need. This is something that you need as well. And this is something that your creations and your business require. We need to start building space into our schedule. We need to build in conscious time into conscious space time rather into our schedule. What is it that you're doing that you could be turning up even more to tap into your gold? What is it that your business is asking for? Is it asking for you to push harder and work more hours? Is it asking, how many people are like, oh, I wish there was another hour in the day. I've got so much to get done. I know that when I've been in that space and I'm push, I don't get as much done. I don't accomplish things with ease because I'm in the real contracted energy. But I know that when I give myself space, when I give my mind space, when I give my consciousness space, when I tap into the energy of nature, when I tap into nurturing my body, when I allow myself time to consider and really bring space into my world, I don't do this in front of my computer. I step away. I really give myself space. That's when I start to really receive the information that's trying to come through. But when you're so congested in your day to day, when you're so busy answering your phone and answering your emails and, taking phone calls and creating this and creating that, and you're just go, and you don't have space, you miss so many opportunities. What would your business be like if you started to implement space into your strategic plan? If you allowed yourself time to rise, the space that you implement into your business is the time that you're going to be rising up even greater into the person you came here to be. And your business is going to be joyful. It's going to be pleasurable. It's going to be creating in a way that nobody else in the world is creating. But what does it require of you? What does it require of you, the CEO of your business? It requires you to trust. It requires you to be an allowance of change. Most of us are holding so tightly onto what we have that there's no way we can receive something new. You can't receive something new if there's no space. If you have no space to receive, how can you possibly achieve your desires? I want you to think about that. We're up for our third and final break of the show. You're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back after this break.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
You know, I often say this, these shows go very, very fast. When you're in the energy of what brings you joy and lights you up, time really goes so, so quickly. But when you're in the energy of worry and fear, it seems like things will never end, right? Well, the shows are things that I really enjoy doing. I love sharing what I'm aware of, what I've learned, what my clients have learned, and what is possible for you as a business owner. What I know to be true is that the opportunities that are pulling you in are also going to be opportunities for you to grow within them. So understand that you're not fully baked, as I often say. You're still learning, you're still growing. If you can give yourself the opportunity to grow every day and the opportunity to learn about who you are and what is really true for you, if you will allow yourself the opportunity to see what's working and what's not working, you may just be surprised at how much more prosperity you can have. And prosperity includes joy and laughter and ease. Prosperity doesn't just come in money. Prosperity comes in the day to day living, the opportunity to be who you are, and the joy of being in your body. You have an opportunity, my friends. You have a really, really big opportunity to create a business of joy, of pleasure, and of financial wealth. What I know to be true is that when you are in worry, when you are in push and scramble, you're going to miss opportunities. You're going to miss out on developing who you are. And as you develop who you are, you're going to be developing the new possibilities in your business. Your business requires you to take space. You are the leader of your business. You're the face, you're the voice of your business. But your business has its own energy. Your business is trying to communicate with you. Your creations are trying to communicate with you. Do you have enough space in your days, in your life, in your business to hear them? Do you have enough space to receive the awarenesses that are trying to get your attention? When you begin to do personal development work and really tap into consciousness and the consciousness of your business, you will start to receive information. But again, you cannot receive that information if you're not allowing the space to be part of this creation. There's time to work and there's time to receive. If you're desiring to receive even more in your life and in your business, you must be willing to receive new possibilities. Well, those new possibilities require you to be quiet. They require you to create space. They require you to create the space so that they can come through. The noise that we live in, the fear and the worry that we live in, the day-to-day concerns that we have in the world require us to step back and take a bigger look at the picture. Step back so you can consider all of the ingredients that are around you in your business. Step back, take a breath, breathe new life into your business by allowing you and your business to take a breath. Push and worry has never created more. If you've ever walked into a store and you have felt somebody was being pushy with you, imagine what it is like for people to tap into your business, for people to tap into having conversations with you. Imagine what it's like if you are in worry and fear. Even if you use the right words, the energy of worry and fear is what's the loudest in the conversation. You can look at someone's website and you can tell when they're in worry and fear or when they're in invitation and confidence. Space allows you to also tap into your confidence, to tap into your knowing. And when you are doing this and you start to really own the brilliance and the uniqueness that you are, you cannot help but succeed. The universe has your back. The universe is here to support your joy and your success. Your business came to you so it could come through you, but your business requires you to be you fully and completely, not mimicking someone else, not doing what everybody else does, and not pushing with worry, not trying to do 100 things. Allow yourself to receive. Allow your business to receive. Implement space in every day to connect. Implement space in your life for your business and for your prosperity. Your desires are already waiting for you. What you do between where you are and receiving them is the key. Allow yourself the space. Allow yourself to enjoy the journey. Take a breath. Take care of who you are and understand that every day you have an opportunity again and again. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking on and listening and taking away whatever works for you. I wish you so much success in your life and in your business. You deserve all of the joy you desire. Come back again next week where we'll have another dynamic show for you. Until next week, I want you to remember, you can always make another choice. I hope the next choice you make is to implement space in your business. You will be better for it. Take good care, my friends. Bye for now.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire.
This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.